Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Sitting Down with Schneider. It is April the 9th, and today we are going to be sitting down with Liberty High School senior Avery Morton. Hello there, Avery. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent. Welcome
Hi.
to Sitting Down with Schneider. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, my pleasure. Thank you for joining me. Avery, before we continue on with the interview, do I have permission to record this and post it onto my YouTube channel?
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so very first thing, Avery, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your interests, things you're involved in, stuff like that.
Cool. I'm a senior at Liberty High School. I do theater. I've been doing theater for about 14 years now. It's my pride and joy. In my spare time, I really like to play the piano. Currently, over this little shelter in place, I've taught myself how to play guitar. Playing ukulele is my favorite because, it's just kind of chill and fun. I co-own a princess party company, which is super fun. It's my other love, is getting to make people happy and just bring the magic to Brentwood. It's one of my absolute favorite things to do, and something that I've been doing over this time. Yeah, I really like coffee, and I like to bake.
You like to bake. Do you have anything in particular that you specialize in within that baking?
Pumpkin pies and apple turnovers.
Pumpkin pies and apple turnovers. Excellent. So you mentioned just now on things that you are involved in. Did you say owner of the company?
Yeah,
Is that did that recently happen?
Yeah, I'm a co-owner of a Magical Princess Parties in Brentwood. We're through Gotta Party, and yeah, I co-own it with Tori Gregory. So
That is amazing. Okay, so
yeah.
Hey, a little advertising never hurts, right? I don't know how many people are going to watch this, but if you need a princess, contact Avery Morton. So Avery, in the midst of this shelter in place, how you holding up? How you doing with everything?
I'm not gonna lie to you. The first few weeks were really, really rough for me. I just I felt really alone, and I was just down, and that's not usually how I function. I'm usually pretty happy, upbeat person. So just kind of being by myself without my friends and without my boyfriend, without wonderful people like my teachers and other people that I kind of see as parents. That was hard. And knowing that the last quarter of my senior year was getting cut short, that was really, really hard for me to process. And obviously, there are much, much worse things happening in the world right now. But at that same time, I was extremely sick, and I was a little bit worried about that too. So now I'm doing better. It's better now that I have my voice because I cope with music. So now that I'm able to sing and also dye my own hair, I'm doing better.
I can't tell. I mean, it's a little bit difficult in the videos. The hair color is like a red going on
I
right now,
dyed
like
it pink. It's starting to fade a little bit, but a couple days ago it was like bright pink. So
you have a little Frenchie from Greece going on
yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that things have leveled out a little bit. It
Yeah.
sounds like compounded, being isolated and then being compounded with feeling sick, and especially being sick in the midst of, our world crisis where anything where you have a symptom can be nerve-wracking, right? It's nice to see you with the energy that I'm used to seeing you have. That's really neat. It's really neat.
Thank you.
So would you say the most challenging thing was definitely was that isolation, was dealing with just not being able to be around people?
Yeah, especially because a lot of that, it was really hard for me to even sit up in bed without passing out, or I go into a coughing fit or something like that. So really, I just had to be away from my family too, which was hard to be away from my mom. So I was just kind of like in my room, like not doing anything except staring at my fish. And I just wanted to like go outside or like go on a bike ride or like sing. And that just wasn't
Right.
a reality. So feeling like I couldn't do anything because I'm a person that likes to do a lot of things was like, no go, no bueno.
Right. You're super involved all the time in so many
Yeah.
different capacities. So
Yeah.
it's kind of almost like a compounded thing. You were not only in shelter in place, which a couple other people I've talked to, and I'm sure that I'm going to talk to as we move on, have talked about they're isolated or they're in their family with their family. And that is hard enough, because it's the same people you've seen day to day. You were in that room just on your own. So thank goodness, like you said, you have music, you have those things that you can kind of, even if you're on your own, you could, like you said, you work on playing the ukulele, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, hey, Avery, something that, will happen a lot of times when people are put in a situation like this where they're not in doing what they're used to doing. They sometimes will realize something about themselves. They'll have, they'll have some kind of like an epiphany, if you will. Like that you find something out about yourself that you didn't know existed. It may or may not have happened. I just want to throw that question your way. Has anything like that happened with you? Anything? Have you found out anything about yourself that you didn't know maybe existed?
Hmm. I found out because before all this happened, I have my times where like I like to be around a lot of people a lot of the time, but then there are just times where I need my alone time. And this has made me realize that like the alone time isn't good for me. That's not a good thing for me for my mental health um at all. Really, it's not a great um thing, but
So
I
that
think
quest for alone time, um, maybe with everything going on, you thought like that alone time was something you needed, but just now that you have it, maybe it's not something you cherish as much as you thought you might cherish. Is
no,
that what I'm hearing you say?
yeah, and it kind of makes me realize that I shouldn't be afraid to turn to my really good friends when I need help or I feel sad instead of just internalizing it and just being scared to talk about it at all. Like I have people that are here for me and I have really, really good friends and I'd be there for them and I'd hope that they'd be there for me. So like in the future, I'll definitely be doing more
Keeping
of
those
that.
connections, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping those connections. Um, so I like to ask when this is all said and done, and we keep our fingers crossed, right? And we hope that this will lift, hopefully sooner than later. One of the questions I like to ask is, what's going to be the first thing you're going to do when, or what would you like the first thing to be? And it could be a couple of things when this is all finally lifted. Like, what would be the ultimate thing for you to do? What would be I'm going to go do this.
I'm going to get in my car. I'm going to go to get a pink drink from Starbucks. Then I'm going to drive to Aaron's house and I'm going to give him a very, very big hug.
Oh, so I'm sure that Aaron will love that pink drink is definitely priority. And then and then to his house with a hug.
It's on the
No,
way.
don't worry,
It's
don't worry.
fine.
There's just going to be people who watch us. It's all good. So that'll be fun because I think that'll be good for Aaron to know that pink drink is one, and then he's absolutely next on that list. No, I'm sure that he knows that you're going to get over there
Listen,
as
I
quick
need
as you
my
can and give
caffeine
him a nice
fixed or
big
else I
hug.
get all cranky. So I'm just
Hey,
glad to
I'm
see
going to
me
say
after.
he's got some definite clout because just knowing you since for how long we've known each other, I thought you were going to say get in the car and drive straight to Disneyland. So that's
Oh,
what I
that's
thought
number
was
3
coming
on the
my way.
list. And the only reason that I didn't say that first is because there is no guarantee when the parks are going to open. And that is
Right, it
my
might not be open. So
yeah.
probably, and it'd probably take you a little less time too. Go get that hug in, and then after that, maybe be like, hey, maybe we can go head on out to Disneyland,
Hey,
right?
road trip.
Yeah, exactly. Have you done any binge watching? Is there any shows out there that you've fallen in love with and watched just, see all the way through?
I watched The Office all the way through. when I was sick, which my mom was like, you have to stop watching that show. And I was like, no way. No, like I could not stop. And I just started watching Tiger King last night. Oh my God. That show is whack, dude. I'm like, what is happening right now?
It is whack.
It's
It is crazy.
Yeah.
Patty doesn't like it, so it's Patrick and I just watched that one. We just kind of lock in on that one. So
It's so weird. But
and just
it's
every
one of those things
episode,
where you don't want to look at it, but you don't want to look away either.
Exactly. Every episode, someone new comes in. You're like, "Are you kidding me?" Right? Someone. Oh my goodness. All right, Avery. As we get ready to wrap up, I just want to ask. You know, you talked about high school, and you know, it's a weird way to finish it up. But what's next? I mean, let's hope again that all this lifts off. Where are you off to? What are you going to be doing next?
So I haven't made my commitment to my school yet because I am waiting. How many more days? Oh, we're getting close. I'm waiting on my final answer. I'm on a wait list at the musical theater program in Marymount, Manhattan, which is in New York. And I absolutely fell in love with that school when we visited there.
That's
when
Marymount?
Yeah. I loved it there. And if that doesn't work out, it's okay, because then I will be committing to CSU Fullerton, because I love it there just as much. And like 10 minutes away from Disneyland. So that's pretty good. And they have an incredible program there. So 2 amazing programs, 2 great choices. I'm also waiting to hear back from U of A's musical theater program. I'm on the wait list there too. So just gotta wait to hear everything back, and then I'll be making my final decision probably in the next couple weeks. And where we go from there, I mean, we'll see.
Right, there we go from there. You know, 4 years, and then off to Broadway, right? Oh, speaking of Broadway, I got to tell you, and you may or may not have watched this when it first came out. I think it was like in 2000. I don't even remember what it was. It was the Les Mis 10-year anniversary concert. You can get to it on YouTube, and it's like legal. It's not just some weird podunk version of it. Oh my goodness, you want to hear some people just crazy sing? That's my recommendation to you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got time, right? Go ahead and watch that when you're not watching The Office. So it's going to be Arizona, Fullerton, or Marymount. That's going to be very, very lucky that they made this choice. And so I cannot wait to see where it all goes. Maybe we'll get a chance to follow up with some of these early interviews once we know for sure where you're going and update people. That'd be great. That'd be really great. Oh man, Avery, it was so fun to just sit down and chat a bit and see your wonderful smiling face. Anything else you want to say before we sign off here?
Stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy, San Diego. Right on. Way to bust that out. All right, my friend. Have a great rest of your night, okay?
You too. Great to see you. Great to talk to you.
Great seeing you, Avery. Bye-bye.
Much love. Bye.
Much love. Bye-bye.